Welcome to Friday Fraud Law Review. It is also Red Friday, and for those that care to, I'd like to take a little note of remembering our deployed military members who can't be at home like most of us can. So if anyone wants to share that moment with me, please do, and enjoy the video. Bye-bye now. Hey, hey, Friday Fraud Law Review, and thank you again to our deployed veterans. We're coming up on holiday times, and I do think about you a lot, and my husband definitely does. He's the one that really kind of got me onto that a lot more. So anyway, thank you so much, and we just try to remind our fellow Americans to think about you also, and give you the best of positive thoughts and prayers. Okay, so this is a case, as you know, they're all from the Office of Inspector General, all these reports that I deal with here. And on November 12th, this was published. It's in Missouri, and the apparently a Harrisonville, Missouri man, and he was sentenced, so I'm going to say his name because he is no longer, looking at the right of being presumed innocent until proven guilty, because he was proven guilty in federal court for Social Security fraud and for committing perjury when he testified at his trial. So apparently, the not so lovely Michael Silvara, age 39, who currently lives and works a business in Ozark, Missouri. And I found it interesting because it's kind of an interesting business. And I'll get into that in a minute. So I looked it up, the business. Um, he was sentenced for what he did, and we'll get into what he did, for 2 years and 3 months. So what is that? 27 months in federal prison without parole. All right, that's good. The court also ordered him to pay 42,000 in restitution, 42,000 and change to be exact, in restitution to the government. All rightio. He was the co-owner of a business called Volleyball Beach Ozark. It is the second largest indoor sand facility in the world and maintains a real estate license. Now, I did look up that company because it was interesting, and I love volleyball. I used to love playing it. And it looks really cool. Let's not blame the business for what this person did. It looks like they have volleyball leagues and all this great stuff, tournaments. It just seems really cool. Don't have one near me, obviously. Not that I'd be playing it anymore. Anyway, I'd probably break a hip. But okay. I'll link the business link, like again, you know, punish the bad actor, not the business, right? Or the co-owner or the customers or the workers. So I just want to give a shout out to that, because we see that all the time when there's one bad act or alleged bad act by somebody, all of a sudden everybody's boycotting, blah, blah, and believe me, I do my boycotts, but I do them for different reasons and under different evidentiary, matters. And I don't try to uh, stick it to a business just because there's one bad actor. Okay. So he went to trial, guys, and it was a hung jury. That's probably the first I've read here. First of all, I don't even see them go to trial. They're always pleading out, it seems like. And a hung jury to boot. So let's see what happened. He was originally indicted for the Social Security fraud. And what he did was really horrible. Really horrible. Um, I think his sentence that I mentioned before is weak as a result. This Mr. Salvara, who oversaw his disabled father's Social Security benefits from 2016 to 2019. So it sounds like he was a representative payee for his father. He converted 42,000 and change of his father's benefit to his own use. He testified in his own defense during a trial in October 2022, and it resulted in a hung jury. But then he was subsequently charged in a superseding indictment the following month it looks like. Yep, November 2022. Which the superseding indictment contained the original charge of Social Security fraud and added the perjury charge. Hmm. He was designated as the pay. Here's the history of it. He was designated as the representative payee for his father. Yeah, we called that one, right? Who is now deceased. As a representative payee, he was legally obligated, of course, to use all the benefits to pay his father's needs. I mean, that is what they are for, nothing else. It's got to go towards his roof, his food, his utilities, his transportation. If he needs a babysitter and you're paying whatever it is. Um, Evidence introduced during the trial indicated that he instead converted some of his father's benefit payments for his personal use to pay his own utility, insurance, and student loan bills, as well as his realtor association fees over a 30-month period. So that's about 2.5 years he did that. A witness at the trial in October 2022 testified that she purchased basic necessities for the father, including his clothes, underwear, socks, a pair of shoes, and was never reimbursed. She also testified that the only items in his father's refrigerator were water, bread, cat food, condiments. I'd like to think he had a cat, guys. But she described seeing Mr. Silvera's father eating the cat food. Anyway, moving on. The non-gentleman in question, Silvera, not so nice, presented testimony that he knew was false while under oath during his first trial in October of 2022. He attempted to justify multiple cash withdrawals totaling over $23,000 he made from the representative payee account. He claimed under oath he had a written agreement with the Social Security Administration that he could be paid $14 an hour for taking care of his father. Subsequent investigation showed there was no such agreement and there never has been. I don't know. This makes me sick, but what do you think? What do you all think about that sentence of 27 months in federal prison? I don't even see anything about subsequent probation or supervised release or anything like that. And he's just ordered to pay the restitution of what he took. You know, the old guy is passed now, which is probably a good thing. He's probably, I'm sure, in a much better place, but this is really horrible. But again, let the bad act of the actor go against the actor and not against maybe those that are associated with him through other reasons like business or, you know, employer or his banker, you know, people came together and figured out what he was doing. So, and I wonder if it might have to do with the lady who saw the father eating cat food. And I'm guessing the father didn't have a cat. Yeah, just thinking maybe not. I'm assuming he was cognitively vulnerable to this kind of stuff. And it makes me wonder, it sounds like maybe the father lived by himself. Yeah, his father's refrigerator. I'm guessing he lived by himself. So maybe the son, how you do this to your father, you know, kept the rent paid, kept the utilities on, and then gave him very little money of his benefits. And then he's saying that he was paying himself $14 an hour for taking care of his father, yet he's not even taking care of his father. So I don't know. I'm going on because it really ticks me off. All right, guys. That is Friday's Fraud Law Review for today. I will chat with you next time.